What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this video is about, is it power, empire, or empower? Now, the reason I bring this up is because Power Book 2 Ghosts had a scene where they were showing a homosexual relationship between two men. Now, that seemed to be the theme of 2020 in damn near every show. But 50 Cent really had a problem with Empire showing it, and now it's in his show. Let me get into it and explain. Now, Power has had gay men in the show, but they were never a main part of the show or a main character, such as Lobos. Now, Lobos was gay. He was the original gangster and Connect in Power season 1, and he was gay. They even showed having kisses and things with the men, but it was never really explicit or graphic, and he wasn't a main character. But he was introduced, as well as Simon Stern in season 1. And Simon Stern we saw coming out of the bathroom with another man in season 1 at a party that Ghost attended. And so we saw that he had it, but again, not a main character, and it wasn't graphic. Empire is the first show on main television showing graphic relationships with gay men, and they were main characters. 50 Cent had a huge problem with it. He had a lot of criticism about the show. He had a lot of things to say about Empire during its entire run, from who they chose as cast members to some of the storylines that they portrayed. And he tried to portray Power as being better and the opposite of Empire. But now we see Power Book 2 taking a different turn. Our book 2, we are introduced to this character, Drew Tejada, and we haven't seen much of him. He's not a main character, but he is a pivotal character. He's supposed to be following Tariq at school. He meets and gives eyes. The gaydar is up, and he meets this guy in art class. They kind of give each other the little look. They had a little twinkle in the eye. You see what I'm saying? They saw that little twinkle. They pick up with each other. Next thing you know, he ain't paying attention to Tariq. He trying to play a little one-on-one, and so now he's over here talking about the art project and everything, and they're kind of bonding and everything. And so he's talking about what he'd like to do with art and how he'd like to, draw a little something. And so we see later in the episode that he's at his house, and this guy has his shirt off, and he's a basketball player, which is not usual for athletes to be openly gay. And he got his shirt off. He got a little Kobe. He say, "This right here is my Kobe." And he say, "Oh, okay, you got a little trophy. If you don't win, I'm gonna have to cover this up with something sticky. I'm gonna cover this up. This 12 feet." He say, "Oh yeah, what you gonna cover it up with?" I like these muscles. I wanna, write and draw all over your body. Yeah. Is that okay with you? You mind if I do a little project on your body? And so they over here getting a little, comfy, starting to like each other. Next thing you know, it starts to get a little graphic because we see that they begin to kiss. Now, for whatever it's worth, whether it's right or wrong, two men are perceived differently in a homosexual relationship than two women. And it is just the case. And for some reason, it seems that every show in 2020, we've seen two black men in every black show. There's been some type of gay situation, and it was beginning to get really graphic with them kissing, and they show him going down on him, but it was perceived what may be happening because he started biting his lip and oh yeah. Ooh. And then we see right when maybe he was feeling his best, and he may be, licking on that lollipop. We were saved by the bell as an audience that are not into that. that Tariq called, and they didn't get too graphic in the episode, but it seemed that a lot of viewers were caught off guard. Now it's time for some real talk. A lot of people were upset. Even Snoop Dogg sent a cryptic picture about the scene. Now, Snoop Dogg has a lot of fans and can't say too much, but he said first little murder, now this. It threw him for a loop. And even one woman in the comment was saying she had to fast forward through it because she was watching with her kids. And this is what Snoop Dogg has sent 50 Cent. Now, some people will say, oh, that's ridiculous. She want to fast forward through this, that, and the other. And this is a show that got people getting killed, drug dealing, whatever the case. That is true. But some people, every show to a certain extent has some type of killing, drug dealing, and violence. And so maybe some people have already discussed that or are desensitized to that, but everybody is not ready or prepared to talk about that with their kids. I think when people say, oh, you're being homophobic or this, that, and the other, I think they're misusing the word and are actually the problem. When people say they don't want to see that, that is not the same as saying gay people don't have rights or they shouldn't be able to do this, that, and the other. I don't think that that is even close to the same. I know people that don't like action movies. They don't like gangster movies. Nobody has a problem with that. Other than me, I say, how you don't like a gangster movie or action movie? What's wrong with you? But nobody has a problem with that. But if somebody say they don't want to see any homosexual activity or any sexual activity for that matter, then it's a problem. They're homophobic or they are this, that, or the other, and I think that that's wrong. People have the right to see what they want to see. I think the part of the problem with people complaining about power and things, and what maybe people in the LGBT community don't get, is that this show wasn't headed in that direction for the most part, and so it caught people by surprise. They weren't expecting it. Another thing why people keep saying an agenda is being pushed is, on one side, people in the LGBT community say, well, these stories and these people exist. That's true. But at the same time, every show that came out in 2020 that was a black driven show had this going on, whether it was gay men or women or whatever the case. You can go from the Chi to P Valley to Power you could just, the list goes on and on. It just seems like it's just a current common theme going on, and it just seems that it's just not going natural. Like in the show Euphoria, that seemed to fit more naturally with how the story was going, and it didn't seem forced. Whereas in a show like this, it seemed like it kind of maybe came out of left field. A lot of people were surprised, didn't see it coming. In the end, these type of people and stories do exist. It's just that I think it should be written in a different way to make it look and appear more natural with the stories that are being told. That's my opinion. So anyway, we'll see. I'm interested in what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is turning into Empire? Do you think that small scene didn't make a difference? Do you think it's cool if it doesn't go any further from here? My opinion, I don't think that scene was that graphic. It was close. I'm glad to recall. But I think that as long as he's not a main storyline character and we don't get all into his relationships and what he's doing, then I'm fine. If it starts to, we gotta see who he's dating and be a part of everything he's doing, I'm not interested in that. That's not the show I was looking to watch, and it shouldn't be a problem with that. If I'm not interested in that show, everybody can't watch every show. There's some shows I don't watch because I'm just not interested in it. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm not against any group. And if you have a problem when I was joking and doing the ad lib and I was saying, ooh, I'm going to have to cover up this trophy, then I don't know. You got a problem. You can't take a joke, but you can take a schlong. Okay, I don't get it. Anyway, I'm Jay. I'm joking. I'm having a good time, but I am interested in what you think. It is an interesting topic, and we'll see what's up. Also got a new video coming out. Is this character that played Drew Tejada gay in real life? I'm gonna let you know. I got the answer. It's coming in the next video. I'm Jay. Let me know what you think, and I'm out.